like that.
Somebody who's something you wanna blow out, going down hard, back in the wall, start looking for even just a glimpse of the star. You gotta break into the heart, cause that's where it begins. To break out, break down, all the walls you within. So rise up to the battle inside, get off the ground, sped up, or you never live it down. Rise up to reality, bound to see you fall, you rise up above it, and grab on to the cause. So rise up to the battle inside, get off the ground, sped up, or you never live it down. Rise up to reality, bound to see you fall, you rise up above it, and grab on to the cause. So rise up to the battle inside, get off the ground, sped up, or you never live it down. Rise up to reality, bound to see you fall, you rise up above it, and grab on to the cause.
Warren had talked about kicking ass, meaning hurting people. He thought that becoming mature meant giving up the aggressive and intense part of his self. However, those qualities were important to his identity and attractive to his wife. The ritual of breaking the chair demonstrates that he can access his aggression and his intensity without hurting anyone.
Now, I have a question for you. I see you walk back a step when I walk towards you. I have a question for you. Does that scare you? Or does it excite you? Or both? Both. Were you afraid when he was doing that? Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me what you're feeling.
Just like I have to get away. I'm not scared of him. But I have this fleeting feeling.
I hope so. What happened when he walked over to you, though? He'd been beating the chair and ripping it to shreds. He walked over to you. Did you see out of all that, and yet when he came to you, was there meanness and harshness? You mean he could have that much intensity and still totally be that soft with you? Do you really have the ability to melt that? If you do, I guess you never have to run again. You do in him. You do in him. But if you chain yourself ever again, like a little pussycat, then she will leave. And if you ever expect him to be one, he'll be dead inside. So think more about the excitement than the fear. What was the exciting part? Look at him and tell me, what was the exciting part?
It excites me to know that he's got that in him, that he can be that powerful. I mean, he's doing it in front of all these people. He's being brought here, and he's
What is that?
It makes me feel strong to know that.
It makes you feel what?
It makes me feel strong to know he's that strong.
Why does it make you feel strong to know he's that strong?
Because I know I can depend on him.
Earlier, Karen said her biggest question was what other people think of her. Since Warren was able to face the fear of coming to the workshop and possibly being judged by Tony Robbins and 2,000 people, as well as his wife, he was able to face Karen's own worst fear, the fear of what other people will think. He was able to show that he could be strong where she feels most vulnerable, and thus earned her respect and admiration.
And I honor him as a man for stepping up, coming here, standing on the stage, ripping it up, making it happen. Amazing. What do you feel when you look at this man right now?
I have such respect for him now.
She has so much respect for him now. And how important is it for you to respect your man?
It's totally important.
For you to be connected to him, for you to trust him, for you to be excited by him, how important is it you respect him?
It's totally, it's everything.
How many men do you think would step up this way publicly and do what he's done?
Not many.
Not many. I haven't met many either. So what's your level of respect for him on a 0 to 10?
100.
100. What are you feeling right now? What are you feeling right now?
That sort of explains it. Just incredible.
How does it feel to be yourself again?
What was that, Shorty? It feels great.
Feels great. You're also more than you used to be, my friend. Because since you've explored the feminine side of yourself, you can use that where it's appropriate. You've been exploring it for many years now. Now it's time to bring it, integrate it into the you. That just means you have more choice and more power. What are you going to do with this woman?
I'm not telling you.
Now, what do you feel right now? Tell me what you feel right now. Look at him, tell me what you feel right now.
I just feel full of love and ecstatic.
I can't hear you.
I'm full of love and ecstatic.
Do you love that he has that much power that you could see a little tear behind that eye when he said that?
Yes.
Why do you love this powerful man, yet he still had that little tear when he got that you still love him and that you're excited by him?
Because even though I know that's because of that caring side I love, but the strength is still there. He's got both.
This shows the integration of the internal conflict within Karen that had led to the double bind. Previously, she had thought that a man could be either powerful or caring, but not both. Since she wanted both qualities for different reasons, she became confused and gave Warren mixed messages. Warren had also believed that in order to be sensitive, he had to shut down his natural intensity, when in fact he can draw upon both his sensitivity and his power. Now they both understand that the sensitivity she requires from him is not contradictory with the power and strength she admires and desires.
That's rare, isn't it? Do you agree? Get in the room.
At the beginning of the day, Karen stood up as someone who was contemplating suicide. Robbins quickly perceived that her despair stemmed from her passionless relationship with her husband. The mystery was that Karen seemed unable to make the decision to leave him, apparently because she didn't want to hurt him. On the other hand, when she described her husband's reaction to her suicidal behavior, she smiled, and so disclosed an incongruity in her communication. Robin's first priority in working with Karen was to save her life, to prevent her from committing suicide. His second outcome was to help both Karen and Warren to have the best life they could possibly have. Robbins realized that in order to reverse Karen's suicidal state, he would have to engage the husband directly. On speaking with Warren, Robbins quickly understood Karen's predicament. Warren had dramatically changed his behavior to satisfy what he thought was Karen's wishes. In fact, Karen had only communicated part of her wishes to Warren. She had implied that she wanted him to be gentle and nice, whereas she had an unspoken expectation that he also be strong and powerful. By following only her spoken expectations, Warren found himself in a double bind. When he tried to be a nice guy, he was rejected even further. Not knowing what to do, he became more and more restricted in his behavior and self-expression. Eventually, he was so paralyzed that he was unattractive to Karen, but also so emotionally entangled with her that she found it impossible to leave him. Robbins set out to restore Warren's sense of self-possession and independence. This would either revive their relationship or would put them on an equal footing so that they could move on. Understanding Karen's secret desire, Robbins led Warren to also understand her and to live up to what she truly wanted. The breaking of the chair was the ritual of recovery of manhood, strength and power, specifically geared to Warren's aggressive past. As Karen witnessed this ritual, she regained her respect, love, and attraction for her husband. Their passion was rekindled. Here are the steps for overcoming a double bind. Step 1. Identify the two contradictory double binding messages. Step 2. Understand the consequences of the two incongruent messages. Step 3. Take responsibility for letting yourself be bound by the double-bind messages, recognizing that you could have responded otherwise. Step 4. Recover your sense of self so that you are not living in reaction to the double-binding message. Step 5. Perform a ritualistic action that reaffirms your sense of self. This action must not involve anger or aggression towards anyone. The ritualistic act should contain some symbolism related to the double-binding message and the means to diffuse it. In Warren's case, breaking the chair reclaimed his identity as an intense man while showing Karen that she would not be the object of negative intensity. Step 6. Stay the course, true to yourself, without violence or anger. Here are Karen and Warren 6 months later.
Tell us, what's your life like now? What are you feeling? What do you experience witnessing yourselves once again? Give us your feedback.
Well, life is fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen. So I guess the suicide thing is no longer a part of our lives. No.
No. There are days where we feel challenged,
Yes.
and we have stuff we have to work out, but we talk about it now. And every time we get over something, it's like a whole new level that we reach.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The good thing now is, if we go into an old pattern, we recognise it and kick it in the arse.
What advice could you give other couples here? What have you learned by this whole process?
Just stand in front of the mirror and have an honest look at yourself and see if there's any masks. And if there is, piss them off. You will never regret it.
Very nice.
And being honest, that was the biggest problem I have, was being honest with myself, with him, with anybody. And every day I reinforce that honesty with everything. Everything. And it's just so worth it.
Thank you for being such role models. We love you guys. Congratulations. Oh, wait. He wants to say something else.
Just one, yeah, stop it. One more thing. Guys, if you start being honest to yourself, the sex is great.
Now a year has passed and much has changed. On the day of their intervention, Robin's priority had been to save Karen's life, since she had been attempting suicide. His second priority was to strengthen both Karen and Warren and to enable them to clarify what they needed to be happy, whether married to each other or not. Today, Karen and Warren are both very happy, but not together as lovers anymore. Instead, they are best friends in the process of an amicable and responsible separation. Each of them has found a new, more passionate relationship.
I was surprised by the enthusiasm you had, because I think I spoke to you first. You were saying, look, we don't want people to be, what were you saying? You said, we don't want people to be down about this. You know, we think it's, is that really, do you feel like it's really the right thing for each other?
Yeah.
So how is it better?
Well, actually, you could virtually say in every way, because the timing was perfect. Because, as I said, we still love each other.
Yes.
And if Karen hadn't have said, look, we need a trial separation,
Yes.
and told me how she felt and why she felt that, and we talked about the whole lot. And if we hadn't have done that, we would have started arguing. And
we were still living in the same house.
Yes.
And we
Oh,
still are.
You guys still are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Well,
that's
we
amazing.
just moved, so
Wow.
the decision sort of came at a bad time. We were in the process of moving. It was like, okay, so what do we do? Put our furniture in storage? What do we do? And so we just decided to just move into separate rooms and find ourselves.
we spoke about how are we going to let people know so that they don't think, but you were supposed to have been fixed at date with destiny, now you're broken up. That's all crap, you know, it doesn't work. Yeah, we're split up. Have a party. We actually realised that, yes, we do love each other, and I know I said do,
Yes.
but as friends,
Yes.
not in a relationship situation.
So how long will you be friends for?
Oh, forever. Forever.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he knows me so well. I'd confide in him at any time.
And there's still love here?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
That's great.
Of course.
Oh, that's great. Now, I understand you're dating now, too?
I am.
And how long have you been seeing this lady?
2-3 months.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying that?
Oh, okay, yep.
That's great.
Look, yes.
Good. That's wonderful.
What I've found with Chris, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, it feels right in here. We're the same,
Wow.
but we're not.
Yeah. Well, you have the polarity still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. How have you changed from a year ago? Who is Warren today?
One way I could probably show you, might be better. Warren from before
Yeah, well,
and Warren from now.
wow. Now tell me about this young lady. Tell me about the lady from a year ago. Tell me about Karen
Well,
today.
I feel like a totally different person, to be quite honest. I have a whole new inner strength inside of me that's, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, and I'm just so happy. And every single thing I have asked for since Date with Destiny, I've got every single thing.
Would it be fair to say you're happier today in the relationship you're in, and you're happier today in the relationship you're in than you were before?
Yes.
And you're both good friends.
Yes.
And you still love each other.
Yep.
Yes.
Be friends forever.
Yep.
Yes.
And you're truthful with each other.
Yes.
Yep.
I salute you. I really do.
Oh, we salute you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I feel like there's no hope for myself. I feel like everybody hates me.
I guess the suicide thing is no longer a part of our lives. No.
No.
And you don't look like you're very suicidal to me.
No.
Do those thoughts go through you anymore?
No.
You are a nice guy, am I right? Or not?
Oh, I hope so.
Is that true?
Hope so.
Can you remember what you used to be like?
Yeah, I think so.
stand in front of the mirror and have an honest look at yourself and see if there's any masks. If there is, piss them off. You will never regret it.
Now that you have seen the film, please go to www.actionworkbook.com to download your free 30-page workbook, which contains exercises for applying these strategies to your own life.